we're all done. Just wanted to give you a look-see at the beginning of the video. And if you want to know how I got to this stage, please keep watching the video. I'm sure you'll find something of use, of interest, maybe even a little bit of inspiration. I don't know. I apologise for the bit of the, because I've got a window just, literally just behind. Got a window just there, and I've got a door just to the left of me as well. So you'll have to excuse the backlash of the light. You can see light ripples there. Like I said, if you want to see how I got to this stage, keep watching the video. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm, you know, considering my physical attributes, I thought at the beginning I might have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew, but it's all worked out in the end. I've never done this before, but I would ask you, especially those that sort of got a bit bigger channels, is to maybe share the link to this video. It's just, I would really like more than 200 views on this. I've just put so much effort into this, and you know, you guys know I'm disabled and all the rest of it. Yeah, anything I do, it's just, I'm really proud of, but I'm particularly proud of this section. So if you could share the link to this video, you know, next time you upload one of your videos, or give it a quick mention, I'd really appreciate that. It's just, like I said, I would like a little bit more than 200 views. I just think it deserves it, you know. It's just, you know, I'd love to get to the highest mountain and shout as loud as possible, like, look what I've done, you know. It's just totally mesmerized. But hopefully once it's, you know, it's in place on the layout, and I won't have sort of the window and the back door sort of shining on it, because it is ruining the effect slightly. But yeah, look at it, man. It's just proper made up, really, you know. And all the stuff that I wanted, like the greenery and the rocks, you know, it's all sort of shining through on the resin. I didn't use any dye this time or any paint. I didn't, just literally just left the resin clear, so it's probably a little bit on the shiny side. So yeah, stay tuned. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And I did it. I finally made it. So enjoy the video. Thanks very much. Welcome to Dragon Junction Mark III. I'm just joking. Hey, Alan. Just want to say thanks for the badges, mate. And when I go to Cardiff, I will be a honorary Welshman for the day. My daughter's already swiped one, so I'm glad you put 2 in there. God, girls and their badges, they love them, don't they? But yeah, thanks, Alan. And if you're not subscribed to Dragon Junction Mark II, please do so. He's just a lovely, genuine bloke, a really nice guy. He doesn't, I never hear him say, oh, please subscribe to my channel and all the rest of it. He just literally showcases his hobby. Just a lovely bloke. So yeah, cheers, Alan. Right, on with the show. So in this video, we are going to do a quick run through of what I've used. Please stay tuned to the end of the video, because I'm going to do the water pour on this video. We're finally here. So it's took a few months to sort of do, but, and as I said, it has been a real challenge, not just because of my physical attributes, but because corner pieces are really bloody pain in backside to do, like, you know. So yeah, stay tuned, because I'm sure you'll find something of interest to you in this video. And you know, when I complete something, because of my physical attributes, I do kind of do a air punch, you know. It's you know, it's I get really excited about doing, you know, completing stuff and that. So it's, and it has been a real challenge to do this corner, it really has. And I'm looking forward to obviously placing it once to get all the layout put together and stuff. So I'm going to quickly run through stuff, and then we shall get on with the waterfall. So just bear with it, folks. So first of all, you saw I did lots of squiggly lines on the board, and then I'm just going to move down. I used the green Florist foam blocks, which you can get off eBay. You can get a box of 20 for like 18 quid. Yeah, it goes a long way. Don't get the brown ones, they were really gritty and stuff, but the green ones, they cut really nice. Then I used fiber mold, sculptor mold, modeling mold, whatever you guys want to call it. I used that on top, and I created obviously my shape. As you can see, for the top lake, river type thing, and obviously for the lower, you know, I sort of shaped it all up. Then I got these rock faces, plaster casted, sprayed them dark grey primer, used I forget the word all the time, gosh, Alzheimer's. Used the powders, the weathering powders, and then used lots of different colours of the Humbrol washes over the top, and then used thinners, and I got a really nice kind of effect. I used modelling mould obviously to fill in any gaps that was between the rocks, and then we started with the ground scatters, which was WWS and Woodland Scenics, a little bit of with the ground scatters, but predominantly I'm just going to lower the camera. I used from Geek Gaming, so I used the sawdust, which was really good for a riverbed. I used Forest Path, which was a particular favourite of mine, and base ready rubble, and you can see the base rubble ready there, just sort of sporadically sprinkled around. Now I'm going to say this is for, well, it's for all you guys, but I know John X Haven is going to sort of do something along these lines. Now if I was modelling the UK, if you did a bit more of a gentle slope, sort of left and right, you could then channel a I'm just going to try and my left hand, just make a channel. It doesn't have to be deep or anything, you know, and just pour resin in the middle, sort of a bit down, like, you know, the River Tamar down in Cornwall there, or Devon actually it's in, but you know, or like the River Severn, you know, and the tide's gone out and the boats are kind of leaning on one side, then you got that little channel of water, and then sort of the dry riverbed either side, you know. So that could be a little idea for, you know, for some of you guys that are maybe wanting to do a river, because resin is a very expensive game to do, but the results are outstanding, and hopefully by the end of the video we'll have the resin in place here. So the next thing, I got some Kiwi Bridges. I got them from Germany, £16 a piece. It is a bit of a shame he didn't send the straight ones, because I wanted it, you know, come in, I can just come out a bit, sort of straight across, and then at the end start doing the curves of the track. I'm not going to lay any track on this, not until I put the actual pieces together, like, because they're either going to get damaged, and then I'm going to have to then go from sort of like this end, you know, join it to sort of the left side of the layout that's already sort of done, and the same with that side, you know, I'll have to join it there, and you know, it'll just be lots of little bits of track, and I'd rather have just lay it all down from, you know, once I've got the actual boards either side of this, is just lay it all down in one go, and there won't be any damage as well until then. So that was the bridges, the Kiwis. I've made them work and split them apart, and hopefully, you know, it won't be too much of a sharp curve there. You've seen me do on camera, and that's well worth a watch. That video is, you know, how to make these cheap trees look realistic. It's you know, a lot of them are from China, and again for John from X Haven, I got a pack of 20 for like, I think 6.27, you know, these smaller ones, and that'd be ideal for Engage, you know. But obviously trees come in all shapes and sizes, so I've got sort of lots of different types. I did want to have, and I put them in place now, is the couple of willows sort of by the river, and I think they look really smart. Again, I use my method of the hairspray and scatters, and like I said, go check that video out, because I think it's quite useful. Obviously this hobby is, you know, getting ever more expensive, so it is worth a watch. And you can see all the, I paid all the trunks and whatnots. The waterfall itself is the Woodland Scenics water effects. I've got their homemade vine. I've also pushed in some bushes into some of the cracks as well, as you can see, sort of around. Just coming up the top there, I've got there on the left is, you know, again, and in the middle there, you can see them sporadically spread around, is some homemade bushes. There is some shop brought one, sort of, you can see it there at the back, the sort of darker green one, some bracken from the model tree shop. You know, I like to support sort of our model shops, because, you know, if we don't buy from them, they're just gonna shut up shop and disappear, you know. And places like the model tree shop, you know, if you go and spend whatever amount, you know, I'm not saying you have to go and spend, but, you know, it's good to keep these, you know, there are model shops at the end of the day, and yeah, I like to go and buy stuff. It keeps them in, obviously, you know, we're supporting them just like they're supporting us, so it is a good shout. What was I going to do next? Yeah, the forest path from Geek Gaming. Again, you can see that running all the way across. So yeah, most of the scatters are from Geek Gaming. I totally recommend that you go and check them out. It's really, really good shop. And all my static grass is always, as I've said many times in the past, always WWS. I don't bother with that cheap stuff. It discolors, or, you know, it's just not, it's not very good. And for, you know, the sake of saving £1, you know, I just much prefer to get it from WWS. I know it's good, and the colours that I want. Just trying to, so I've taken the foam block out, so basically his arms will be touching the resin, and we'll do a few splashes. And again, with the water, once the resin's in, we'll do some splashes from the waterfall. I've taken the people off. They're ready to be placed once I've got the resin in. Something that you don't see every day is a canoe on a railway bridge. It's just literally, I'm placing everything so it's to hand once I do the pour. So I'm just going to come back a bit. You can see a bit more of the bracken there and some greenery. And hopefully that'll shine through once I get the resin on. I've got my nice barrier. So the things that you do have to remember with your resin is, obviously, double check that you've got everything off. That you don't, you know, like for instance, I could have left the canoe in there, you know, on the riverbed and forgotten. I mean, it's a big thing. It's not something I forget, but, you know, just check that you haven't got anything left where you're going to pour your resin. Make sure that the board is level, and I've already done that. I've also done, like I say, the barrier, so we don't have any mishaps. The reason my resin dripped out last time was basically because my wheelchair caught the leg and it pulled the barrier, you know, apart. So obviously I lost a little bit of resin on the floor, so it was kind of like a bit of a repour. So that's pretty much, I'm ready to go with the resin. It's all level, it's all clear, and all the ends are sealed. We should start the mix very soon. Got the Terranium sand there, which was a basically a split bag. There was only a little bit that spilled out, but I got it for £3 for a big huge bag. Got my little caravan coming, or little sort of ice cream burger van type thing coming. It's quite a nice one. And I've got some hikers coming and some more beachy people. They're all coming on their way, so hopefully before the end of the video they'll be in place as well. But I think overall, you know, it's definitely air punch time, because I'm just, yeah, when I started this a couple of years ago, you know, when I sort of literally lost my last two thumbs, I was like, oh, I can't be doing this anymore. I can't think of a way around it. And so yeah, anything that I managed to complete, even putting 2 pieces of track together, it is a massive achievement for me, and it always, yeah, makes me happy. Just love this hobby. It's a great hobby. Just literally just giving you an overview before I do the pour. So what I'm going to do is going to get everything sort of clear up of the bits and pieces I've got laying around, and I'm going to start doing the mix. The other thing I probably should mention is you can see some sand sort of kind of where I sprinkled it around, but it's gone on the rocks, not just the sand, but also you can see there where I've been sprinkling it, it's gone on the rocks. Just leave it, because you know, when you sat on the seawall, you always see sand, you know, around it. It just enhances the whole scene, you know. So, you know, don't go brushing it off. Just put a bit of hairspray on and actually glue it in, you know, because the wind would blow it up there or whatever, you know. So it's looking really just mesmerised by it. I'm sure once I got the water in and the splashes for the, you know, waterfall and stuff, I think it's going to look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and mix the resin, as I say, clear up, and like I said, there won't be any tracks put on here. The other thing that I need to do is I need to put a fence along that sort of train line, because it's kind of close to the beach, because it is a curve and stuff. It wouldn't have been that close had they been straight, but it's fine. I've made it work. Looks really good. So yeah, I'm gonna go mix the stuff, and I shall see you literally with my first mix of resin. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Blower, so a gas heater, just to get rid of the bubbles and stuff. Your jug, mixing stick. Some people use the lolly sticks and stuff, but I use my trusted knitting needle. And the reason I'm gonna use my knitting needle, especially like in my river pour that I did, is under the bridges. Yeah, it's just literally ideal. And obviously being in a wheelchair and having to stretch over and stuff is, you know, it's really helpful, because you want to break the resin against the, you know, the edges of whatever scenery you're putting in. In this case, it's the river. So, you know, I need to break the seal of the, you know, the resin on the edges. But that's pretty much all you need. Have some wet wipes to hand, and, you know, go to the bathroom before you start, have a coffee before you start. So literally, once you start it, you can just literally do it from, you know, start to finish. So I'm going to go and mix this stuff up. As I said, I've checked, there's no, you know, any people or anything I've dropped where I'm pouring the resin. I've got all my barriers in place and it's all level. So I'll see you in a second. So I'm all mixed up. I'm ready to go. I'll pre-warn you, the jug may shake. because obviously, you know, I'm disabled and all the rest of it, and it's quite full. So just obviously at the beginning, just bear that in mind. And I'm not going to do any apologies for being disabled, that is, because that's life, isn't it, eh? So I'm hopefully, because I'm doing this in the evening because it's a little bit cooler and it's very temperature. Just rest that down a second. It's very temperature sort of, you know, you don't want it too cold and you definitely don't want it too hot either. So we got a nice 19 degrees, and hopefully this will kind of dry overnight, and tomorrow I can do the splashes for the waterfall and for our diving guy. I just hope I've got everything at the right height, as they say. Like you see the Baywatch lady just sort of there in front, so hopefully I don't drown her. But it's not a problem. I can lift her out if possible, you know, if I need to. So I'm just going to start gently pouring in the resin. We're all level. I'll try not to have any sort of silent moments. Just hoping I've actually got enough to do the whole job. I probably won't do the top sort of river lake today, because I don't think I've got enough to do both. And that's just you can see it all just literally just self-leveling. Try not to spill any on the bridges. We'll get all the ends tied in just shortly. I'm probably going to have to stop and make up a last batch. Just checking I got no leakage, because I'm doing this in the house, and the last thing I want is this on the floor. So just making sure I've got it all out. So I'm just going to put you on pause a second. I'm just going to make up that last batch. Now hopefully I've got enough to do everything. We'll see. So basically I've done the pour, but I'm going to need to get some more resin because I miscalculated basically. But I use this, just want to show you, basically to break the seal on the edges. So I go all the way around the edge. I mean, it's not a big drama at the moment because you just see I'm just breaking the seal on the edge of the resin at the moment. So I'll just go all the way around. I've done the top lake. I'll show you. I'll pick the camera up and I'll give you a little looky see on that one. I'm gonna have to get some more resin to because I only bought 1 kilo pots, whereas last time I bought 1600s. But that's the top lake or river. It's kind of done. So I'm going to break the seal around the edges on that, and then hopefully that'll be done, because I knew it wasn't going to be enough to do the bottom bit. So excuse me. So it's kind of good in a way, because you know it is quite a deep pour, so it's probably wise that I do it in two pours anyway. So I'm gonna just sort of tie this bit off for a minute, and then I shall stay and yeah, and do the second pour obviously once it's dry, and then I can do here with the Woodland Scenics water effects. I can do the splashes, and obviously with my diving guy there, I can basically do that as well. So yeah, miscalculated a little bit on the resin, but not a problem. We'll finish it off once. I shall order some right now after this video, and hopefully it'll be here in a couple of days, so it won't be too long anyway. See you soon. I just wanted to show you that. It's just, it's funny. Obviously a little bit of smoke coming off there. Because it's quite hot when you know, once you mix the two together and stuff. The hardener and the resin. It looks like there's a smoke generator or something. Obviously it's starting to calm down now. Just wanted to give you sort of an overview. I'm just literally just on the second pour. I didn't do it on camera. I was just quite to crack on with it. But you'll have to excuse because there's a light from the back door. I'll try and get a different angle if I possibly can. But if you look sort of beyond where as I'm coming back, you'll see the sort of shadow coming back. But you can see all the actual riverbed shining through, you know, the bracken there. And, you know, all the base ready rubble, the sawdust and forest paths all mixed in. It looks really good. So I'm going to try and it's too much shine off the back door at the moment. I'll try and do something about that so I can give you a really good view of it. But you can see it there, look. It's fantastic, doesn't it, eh? Just literally, yeah, really good. Always worries me when I see that smoke, but I said I'll be here for a couple of hours anyway. I've got plenty of bits to do. You can see the woman's head there. So I'm just going to do a few things and I will be back. I'll probably wait for it to dry and then I can do the splashes of the waterfall and for the guy, and we shall then tie the video off. It's been a really good project, really good. Challenging, but really good. So we're on the home stretch. We didn't have any fires. So I've got some cotton buds. Just to show you the pot really. My water effects, which I did the actual waterfall with. I squirted some into the pot. I'm just going to do the splashes at the bottom. So yeah, I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to do hopefully you can see it on camera. Put some splashes for this waterfall. Might take me a little bit just to this will dry clear anyways, so just bear with me for a few minutes. We'll do a few ripples as well. I've already got some ripples in the water and I'll show you that in a second. Almost there. So yeah, this will all dry clear and I think that's just about good enough. So just going to do a few ripples and then I'll give you an overview of the whole lot. Just going to get actually a new cotton bud. There's a little bit too much on that one at the moment. Not that it makes any difference because like I said, it'll all dry dry clear. We'll put one more ring, I think. It's a small light one, and then I shall give you a complete overview of how it all looks. Like I said, I'm not going to be putting any tracks in just yet, because and obviously the fence from the beach to the railway line, so I'll wait till the actual board is basically in place against the other ones. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed sort of watching the build on this. So it's had its challenges, but they've all been literally great challenges. So I think actually that's gonna be enough. So I'm just gonna move this out of the way, and I shall just give you a quick overview now. So I said earlier, being out in this sort of small sort of back room is a bit hard with the light, because obviously the back door's just here. I've switched on the main light, but I'm just trying to get you sort of a view that you can see there. If I can get a better angle of it. The greenery actually under the water, all the scenics under the water. You can see the greenery there. That's a little bit sort of out the shadow of the light. Well, once I was on the layout, I won't get all this sort of backlash from the light and stuff. But yeah, they were really, really fantastic. Let me get a little bit closer. Just see there, I've got some of the ripples in place. And again, you can see the greenery shining through. Lady there sort of pushing a child, and again you can get a bit more sort of the gist of the ripples. So I have made a small mistake, and it was so focusing on other stuff I forgot to put me two swimmers in. Still got my diving guide just there, but yeah, look at that, man. Just so happy. I'll see where the water from the waterfalls sort of just basically coming up on the beach, so it's it's not level, it's all sort of jagged and stuff. We've got some people on the beach now. Some people sitting there, somebody walking down towards the beach. We got our little refreshment van. A couple of people there and sort of perusing. At the top, got a hiker guy there. Mrs. said, "Is that a peeping Tom?" But just trying to get him to stand actually was just a bit of a nightmare. You got a guy just there looking at his, zoom in a bit, looking at his map book. He should be pointing towards a tree, but I think he's more pointing to say, "Look, it's Superman." Yeah, got a couple of people just having a rest against the log. Rucksack there next to him. So yeah, it looks really, really good. Sort of just come to life, really. Just trying to show you the whole scene basically before I sign off. Like I said, I've got the tracks on the fence to put there, ballast in, but I'm not too sort of fussed about that. Let's get you a ground level view. So it's just really a bad room to show you stuff, because it's, the wind, the glass of the door and stuff. It's just a bit of a pain, but yeah, it's come out really nice. So resin's a really expensive game to do, so you do need to sort of plan it out and you know, and the last thing you want is any leaks or anything. But you know, I wanted hopefully you can, if I can, you know, like there you can see all the, you know, basically under the water, you know, and all the sort of scenery that's actually underneath the resin. It's really just pops through. And like I say, when it's on the layout and I haven't got this, you know, sort of not in this room basically, you know, it'll have a better light on it, and hopefully it won't be sort of so reflective. But yeah, I'm over the moon how it's turned out. I'm proper pleased. Oh, it's gonna look like a really nice scene when, you know, trains were sort of running across there. I know it's hard to envision it when, you know, when I did the lines on the board and stuff, but you know, just really just how fantastic. And so it's took its time, it's had its challenges. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself doing this, and I can't wait to sit it on the layout and have trains running past. I think it's going to be really cool. Now, this is literally the last layout I'm ever going to build, so I don't mind spending a little bit extra on resin and that. When I come to do the port, I will go back to my no nails method, because that no nails method was really good. You can do the instant sort of ripples, waves, whatever you want to do, and just paint it and just gloss varnish over the top, and it's just, you know, because you don't need to see the bottom of the sea, you know, but because this is a river, you know, I wanted the scenic sort of to pop through, and just, yeah, it's done that, and just what a great scene. So I'm just literally going to leave it there. I hope you've maybe found something useful, and yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I do thrive off your comments, because, you know, because I'm disabled, it does urge me sort of to push on and stuff. So, you know, I appreciate that. And like I said, that waterfall ripples, they'll dry clear anyway, so it's all good. So that is that. So I shall see you next time, and I appreciate your time for watching. See you now, guys.